It's Hold My Banner on Nesson Nation. College basketball report. AJ Dybantsa, the local kid, his collegiate debut last night for BYU, who did not cover the number for me. That was disappointing. 21 points, 9 of 18 shooting, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. One of those on a nice alley-oop to start the game. No turnovers in a win over Villanova, which is obviously no slouch program. Ountae, there are going to be a lot of people as this season moves along, depending on how he does, depending obviously on how the Celtics do, that these two things are going to continue to get linked together day by day, game by game, all of it. Heck, I mean, people already on social media, it's the, whatever we want to call it, tank for AJ mindset. And there are other, as you noted, really good prospects, at least conceivably, that are going to be high up in this draft. It's not like he's this foregone conclusion number 1 overall pick, but he's going to be in the conversation. What stood out to you from his debut last night?
Man, actually, a lot of the things that I'm yelling at the Celtics about, he gets downhill. He knows how to finish with both hands really well. He knows who he is as a finisher. Energy. Like that, when he's playing hard like he did in the game last night, I mean, he is the number 1 player in the country because he has the IQ to know when to facilitate and get his teammates the ball and when to choose himself already as an 18-year-old. So that's a skill that most top guys don't have. Like they know me, but they don't know when, it's nice to just set up your teammates. So he already knows that. There's a couple of things that he still needs to work on. Obviously, he's a prospect. I think there's some things that he can work on when he gets going towards the baseline, having a couple of different counters to get out of that trap situation. As in college basketball, it's congested in the paint. So, you got that big waiting for you down there. So he can have a couple more counter moves there. But, I mean, he showed us a complete game. The free throws were a little bit of a worry for some. But, I know he can make those and knock them down. Probably just a couple first-game jitters for him. But he looked good.
What do you think, just not in the NBA, but collegiately, because we know he's going to be one and done. It's just the way this works. Right now, I'm pulling up Tankathon's mock draft. There are going to be a lot of mock drafts along the way. Right now, he checks in 3rd behind Darren Peterson from Kansas at number 1, Cameron Boozer at number 2 for Duke, and then obviously you get to AJ BYU. What do you think how much are these 3, let's just say for the sake of argument they stay healthy. How much is that jockeying between those 3 over the course of the year?
I think it's gonna jockey and change based off of who they think the worst team in the NBA is at the time, honestly, because I think when you get those 3 players up there, there's 3 different type of play styles. Like this is like one of those situations where we looked at like a Markelle Fultz and the Jayson Tatum, like they were very different prospects.
Lonzo Ball.
Right, and they gave you a lot of different things, right? And it's the same way with these 3. Like when you look at Darren Peterson, I think scorer. Like I think like perimeter, scorer, physical, knows who he is, makes a shot, elite shooter. That's what he does. When I look at Cameron Boozer, I think, okay, this is a 4-man in today's league. Like rebounder, back to the basket game is strong, will step out and make a 3, can put it on the deck from out there as well. Like he's that kind of a guy, but he's more of a bruiser. Like he's like his dad a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like a forward. He's that kind of build. And then when you look at AJ, he does remind you of like a lot of the things that Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown do, which is like they're very versatile and like they can come in with energy and they have athleticism and they block shots and they do, they make shots, they shoot 15-footers, they at the rim, they can shoot it out to 3, they can set up their teammates. They do a lot of really things at a really high level, you know what I mean? Like they might not be the best of any of those categories, right? Like Jayson Tatum's not the best shooter in the league, but he's a really good shooter, So that's what you're getting out of those 3 different prospects. So depending on who's sitting there, where the ping pong balls fall, that's who's going to be excited to get whatever player. I think we're going to have a situation like that where it's like, if it's the Nets and they're like, we really want a point guard, it'll be Darren Peterson. You know what I mean? So I don't think you can go wrong as much as I've seen, at least from these 3 guys.
I think with AJ, I mean, obviously it's really fun to watch. You mentioned, comps in some way to Tatum, to Brown. I don't think the Celtics are going to be in a spot realistically to be able to draft him, but let's just say lotto luck gets you there, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it takes. Cooper Flagg should not have been a Maverick.
Just get in the play-in and lose or whatever.
Yeah, less than 2% chance. Yeah, lotto luck can happen, obviously. I don't even know that he wants to play here. Obviously, it seems obviously he's a fan,
right?
And he's from here and all of that. But the local kids, you don't always fantasize about playing for the hometown team because that comes with a lot of stuff that you don't get playing elsewhere in terms of just off the court, and all of these things, everyone following you around,
distractions and all that other stuff.
All that stuff. But how would he fit next to those guys if Brown's still here?
Yeah, taking out the Boston or the Massachusetts component of it, just basketball, I mean, man, I think Joe Mazzulla would be a great coach for him, honestly, to start out with. Just because I think Joe Mazzulla teaches a lot of guys about energy and effort, and while I harped on the fact that they didn't do those things or whatever, they are multimillionaires and they can do what they want. But I do think that when he has a team that is talented, right, he does get them to play hard and do those things. We never questioned those things over the last 2 years with the Boston Celtics about them playing hard and stuff like that. They always did that on every single night. So, I think him being here, that would help him out a ton, because I think that's one of the things that people question about him is when he's not playing hard, what is he, right?
Yeah.
So, I think if he plays hard all the time, he's, once again, going away the best player in this draft class. Now, fitting along with those two, I think you just get another guy like how Derek White fits in, where it's he makes a shot, he gets downhill, he makes the play. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective on the basketball court. He does block shots. He will go get rebounds out of his area and stuff like that. He plugs in as a guy what everyone told us Baylor Shireman was going to be as a draft pick. He can do everything. He can put the ball on the floor. He can spread it out. He can shoot it. He can, But then you can add to the fact that, one, he's younger in his development phase. Two, he's way more athletic than a Baylor Shireman. And three, he's already a better shot maker on the first two levels as far as finishing at the rim and then the mid-range than Baylor Shireman was from, his senior days as a Creighton Blue Jay. So, I think it's one of those things where he would fit tremendously well. There would be some up and downs as he figures out how to fit in with two stars, because he's always been the guy, but it would be great. It would be great.